Okay, first of all, I don't think there's one other person besides Pammy Andy that has ever put themselves out there like anybody else. So before you start fucking criticizing me, Andy, and saying things, just this is the facts of the matter. There's been no other person to put themselves out there like Pammy Andy. Or should you just say Pam Andy? I think Pam Andy sounds better. So that's how I try to see it. Like no one, instead of going to like a huge moral dilemma with yourself, I just try to say no one put themselves out there like Pam Andy. So that to me isn't even like really masculine or feminine at all. It's just like she really took the bull by the horns. And I watched a video of her last night, and she was like on the bed and showing like what was in her handbag or whatever. And it kind of like made her look like really like flimsy and like it made her look whimsical and ditzy. And like I think the person that made the video had some anger issues because whimsical and ditzy there more than any other person in the whole entire world. So like I have a problem with the offensiveness of that bedroom handbag video or whatever. I think some people are being offensive towards Pam Andy. Really. And it's like, you know, how you can't, when you want to know how you put yourself out, I'm going to go be like Tiger Woods or like a sports star. Like even professional, the best athletes in the world, so you wonder like, well, how do you do that? So I feel like because she did that better than anyone, I don't think you should really, there's really no like offensiveness there, I don't think. I think if you were to just be really mature about it, a lot of these like whimsical, ditzy judgments about her are just like fucking retarded. And it's like, no one, and like, people could say, oh, then you get all these stupid comments like, oh, well, would you have sex with me, Pam Andy? Would you have sex with me? Would you have sex with a homeless person? I mean, do you eat? Does your vagina eat too? Do you have to feed your vagina 3 meals a day, Pam Andy? Like, if I had to interview Pam Andy, that's what I'd ask her. I'd be like, well, so like, try to have a discussion. Does your vagina need 3 meals a day like your stomach does? Pam Andy? That's what I would ask her. And do you really, someone that put themselves out there more than anyone in the entire universe ever has or ever fucking will, do you think they're really ever getting offended? No. I think that's the point. The point is that they're never getting offended, like a level of to knock her down from what she's accomplished. So they make these little gay ass fucking videos of her on a bed revealing what's in her bag. Because it's like, how do you knock someone down that put themselves out there more than anyone has in the entire universe? It's like, it's not her fault that it just so happens that sex is basically maybe one of the only ways to do that. Like I said, the other way is professional athleticism, and they're not really putting themselves out there. It's one skill, really. Or however you want to talk about it. But I'm just saying, like, you know that you're really good at what you do when there's so much fucking petty people and offensiveness and stuff like that. If that makes any sense, it's really hard to say, but it's like when people try so hard to like really just do a little like tiny offensive sentence about something, or like want to portray something in such a, I just don't think it's such a, what Pam Andie did is so big, and it's like some of these little sentences of offensiveness, it's like, I just think that it really doesn't go, it doesn't make sense if you have a slut. That's the argument, that she's a fucking slut. And it's just like, I don't, it's really hard to say I don't see your point, but I think really when you say like she put herself out there more than anybody has ever done or will, or whatever it is, like a man doesn't top that. Not to say that a man can't, but a man hasn't topped that. And so it's like, I really don't think it's that she's a slut. Really, it's just that she put herself out there more than anyone ever fucking has. And then to try to say like, oh, she's a ditz, or she's whimsical, or all she is double D's or triple D's, or she's stupid, or whatever it is. Because like they try to paint this little picture of her just being like this Barbie doll that men have sex with. And it's like, that's basically what I think it is. They try to paint her, when you see her portrayed by certain things, they try to paint her as a Barbie doll, which is very offensive. Because how do you kind of, anyone can deal with it, it's her. So that's what I'm saying, I don't think she gets offended, but how do you offend her? And it's like, well, one is paint her as a Barbie doll that men just have sex with, and then make these little sentences like that try to, you know, put her in a box. That's basically what it is. So like, if I were to interview her, I would say, does your vagina need 3 meals a day like the rest of your body? I just don't think you're gonna ever be able to offend her. Like, there's nothing anyone can say or do that's gonna offend Pam Andie. And it's like, if all she was a bar, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe to a little kid that would work, because Barbie dolls were big, but that was only big to 50% of the population, and that was only a small percentage of human beings, kids. That's only like, maybe, that's not even probably 20% of the population. When I say that she put herself out there more than anybody in the entire universe, you're dealing with 100% almost. I mean, not really, but you're not dealing with the 20%, so it's at least 80. And I just watched a video where someone was saying 2080, but that's kind of creepy. But anyways, that's my point. So I think like she has to know for a fucking fact that she's not a Barbie doll that men just stuck their dick in. And obviously she's bigger than just having a little snippet of what's in her bag. Like, some of these bitches on fucking Instagram and some of these fucking bitches out there, they would only hope to be on a little short of what's in my handbag. You know what I mean? The strippers out there, like, everybody, they dream of being a what's in my handbag storyline that someone watches for a minute. Pam Andie is so much. No one asks a man what's in his fucking handbag or anything like that. The cops maybe, but besides that, it's like, I think that if you want to approach her, that you don't be degrading and you don't be fucking offensive, and you as a peon shouldn't really, the approach needs to be, you put yourself out there more than, better and the most than anyone ever has or anyone ever will. So that's fucking nothing but respect and admiration, and you don't, there's no judgment, doesn't really need to be there. You don't need to Pam painted the picture for herself. She's obviously really good at painting pictures. So you don't need to do that. You don't need to help the audience do that. You're not Pam Anderson's sidekick.